Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Wednesday, May 8th edition of the Daily Fix. We appreciate you joining us. This is a live session. We should be live on YouTube as well as Instagram. If this is your first time here, first time seeing us, thank you. Thank you for joining the live. Hopefully, you find some value in what we do today. My name is Breon, coming to you from kind of overcast Southern California right now. Eager to get back to Houston today, but happy to join this morning. I'm the moderator of the group. Have the opportunity to work with Brittany on a daily basis for us to be able to share content, message, get you all set together on the daily fix. So we appreciate you all being here. So for those of you who are your first time here, you've joined the group and you're trying to navigate the process on how things go, you can always send us a message. The easiest way to get information, or if you're on here today and you're like, hey, I like what's happening. I like the fact that this is a daily group. You can always send us a note to tdftribe@gmail.com. That's going to be the easiest way to get information, easiest way for you to be able to navigate exactly what's happening with the organization and how you can get involved, or if you have questions and or details. So you can always contact us at tdftribe@gmail.com. That'll be the easiest way to get information. Just to give you some outlines on how things may go, typically we have a couple different parts of our organization. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, we'll have Coach Brittany come in with her content, details that she wants to share and set up for that week. On Wednesdays, we would have a special guest, or we'll do something like we're doing right now, sharing with the community, allowing us to go live, giving us that opportunity to share with everyone what we do on a daily basis. So this is one of those special sessions where we're giving you the opportunity to kind of peek under the hood on what happens on a daily basis there. Every other Thursday, we do our after dark session. So, of course, we know people aren't always able to join in the morning. There could be limitations in the morning sometimes, but we also allow you to join in that evening session. So, every other Thursday, we have our after dark starting at 7 p.m. Central. And then on Fridays, every Friday, we have our Q&A. That's your opportunity to join, ask those questions that you haven't been able to ask maybe throughout the week, or try to get some clarity on the content that we've shared, whether it's current content or existing. For those of you who are new that are, joining right now, kind of getting this peek under the hood, we've got content going back from January 2023 in the platform that allows you to kind of navigate at your own pace, details, conversations that Coach Brittany and I have had, our special guests. And then also we allow our community members to come on, share their stories, express things that they might be passionate about, that they could feel value for the participants that are in the program. So we really appreciate you all taking this look today. One last announcement before we bring Brittany on. For those of you who are on the YouTube stream or seeing this live, you'll also see at the bottom there are some comments that are kind of rolling in. The Instagram comments don't roll in yet. We're still trying to figure out exactly how to get all of those to connect. But in the live platform, you will see comments there. Now, we want you to, engage. That's a part of the process. We encourage people to chime in live. That gives us the opportunity to know that our content is resonating, or if you have questions, we might be able to answer them in real time. But keep in mind that we will also use this video after the fact. So if you have something that's more personal, something that's more private, hey, you found something that Coach Brittany said more resonating, you wanted to ask a question separate of the group, again, I'll encourage you to use the email tdftribe@gmail.com. That'll be the best way, best place to get something answered. And of course, some of you all are, seeing this as the first time. So feel free, send us a note to ask for more information, and we can definitely get you that information from there. So let me bring Brittany in, and let's see what we're talking about today. Brittany, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, my friend. How are you today?
Considering that, I've been out in LA for 3 days now.
Right.
I think I'm
Mhm.
ready. Houston is it's just better. It's just a better place to be. I'm ready to get home. It was cool for the first day. Second day, I was like, I gotta get back to the South. So it's time. It's time for me to get back.
Why you want to get back to the South? The South has not missed you.
Oh, that's really, really rude. You see, so there's new people in here right now. They see this. This is how I get treated.
I haven't had the chance to troll you the way I normally do. So
Correct.
I
That
got
is
to
correct.
make up for my trolls. We took a whole week off, so I got to
We,
make
we,
up.
I think it's unreasonable for you to troll me, though. I think we're supposed to be partners in this. You should be uplifting me, encouraging me to have like a great day. That's what really should be happening. Yeah.
You is kind. You is smart. You is important.
It looks like we have a birthday in the group too. It looks like
Yes.
someone said it's Chi Chi's birthday today. So we,
Hmm.
we definitely need. Now, are you ready to sing her happy birthday? Like, are you ready to do that?
Happy
Nah,
birthday
stop. Chill out. Chill out. Chi Chi, happy birthday. Chi Chi.
to
We're not
you.
allowing this. We're not
Don't
allowing
be
it.
a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't
I'm
be a
definitely
hater.
not hating. I'm just being honest here. So, what are we talking about today? What can
All
people
right, you
expect
guys. So
with
so
the daily
y'all
fix?
know we have today's our public day, right? So we've invited Instagram, good morning. How are you guys? Good to see you. Okay. We have YouTube on the line, and then we have our TDF tribe who are with us every day. Shout out to TDF, put TDF in the chat, okay? Those are our day ones, A1s. Our founders are here. So we're having our public day where we let people come in and see what we do every morning in the Daily Fix. If you guys ever want to know what I do in the Daily Fix, y'all are getting a piece of that this morning. My Daily Fix tribe knows that we started the month of May talking about greatness, right?
Correct.
we started off the month talking about growing into greatness, right? How do I grow into my greatness? How do I cultivate my greatness? And we started that conversation Monday. We ended it yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. See, look, this is what people really need to see. Things change sometimes in the daily fix. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we update the calendar and update the
Yeah,
schedule
we
because it
update our
requires that.
calendar
Yeah.
because I got to move when the spirit moves.
Oh my gosh. What are we talking about today?
So today, you guys, I told y'all I'm going to give y'all the official topic on Monday. But
Yes.
today, I want to talk to you guys about what the treadmill taught me this morning.
There needs to be more than that. There needs to be more set up. We got guests in here right now. We have
We
people.
do have guests.
I know.
But that's
And
so
you are talking about treadmills. We got guests in
yeah.
here.
We're going to talk about what the treadmill taught me this
No, no,
morning.
no, 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 no. No, there has to be more to that setup. That's not a good enough hook. What else are you going to say about the
Tune
treadmill?
in to find out more.
Nah, this is not a sitcom. We're
This
waiting
is a
on next
sitcom.
week's
We're going to leave a
episode.
cliffhanger.
No, give me
Okay.
more details of what
I'm
we're
going to give you more
talking
details.
about.
All right. So, you guys know, my tribe knows I work out at 5 a.m. and I have a semi-toxic relationship with my trainer.
Or toxic.
And
Or toxic.
so I last night we had our MFT group, which means I normally log off my call really late, and I could not go to sleep. So I had a horrible night's sleep last night. I woke up, hit the snooze button, scrambling to get to the gym. So long story short, I was 10 minutes late to the gym. And when I'm late, my trainer that communicates to my trainer that I'm not working hard enough. So his thing is, oh, well, since you were late, I'm going to punish you.
Yeah,
And
I believe in that. I believe in that also.
so he had me do a ridiculous leg workout, and I love legs, so I was like, "Hey, I'm up for it." Okay, so we did the workout, and after the workout, so last week, week before last, my tribe y'all heard me talking about these sprints, right? And I said, "All right, summertime is on the way." Okay, this waist is wasting. It's looking how I want it to look, but we can be better. So I said,
But
"Let me
remember,
start my
we have
sprints."
guests. We have guests that we do not need to know about your waist and all. We have guests in here right now.
You worry about your waist. I'm gonna worry about mine.
Wait, what is this about me? This is not
Okay, you
about
don't
me.
want to eat McDonald's.
Chill out.
So
Now you're telling my business. See, now you being rude.
you the one got the McDonald's diet.
Now
Okay.
you being rude.
So I said, you know what? Let me go do these sprints. And y'all know that my goal is to do 10 sprints when I sprint. And so I started on my journey of doing these sprints. And while doing these sprints, I learned some valuable that drives home everything that we talked about this week. So that's what we're talking about today, Breon, what the treadmill taught me this morning.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to have to catch the back end of it. Y'all know in LA, the traffic is insane. I am going from El Segundo today to near Buena Park. So I've got a good distance that I've got to make. So I will miss some of the back end of this, but I will catch up tomorrow. Those of you who are new or are watching this today, please admonish her for talking about me eating McDonald's. I feel really sad right now. I'm down, and I'm going into meetings. That was really sad that you did that to me.
I've been trying to help you for years to stop eating
McDonald's. Should I shed one tear before I leave so they know that it's real? I'm really hurt right now. Look, y'all enjoy today's session. Again, if you have questions, tdftribe@gmail.com, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
All right, y'all. It's just me and y'all. Y'all ready? Okay. Look, Father has left the chat. Okay. Now we get to show out and act out. Okay. So here we go. Y'all know that my goal was to run 10 sprints, right? And so when I finished my workout this morning, first of all, I'm feeling nauseated because at 5 a.m. I'm not really eating a lot. And so when I work out, if I'm doing a hard workout, it's easy for me to get nauseated. So as I'm walking to the treadmill, now, if you guys are on Instagram or if you are joining the public session, if you have not heard me speak at all this week, okay, then you're getting caught up because we've been talking about pushing and growing into greatness this in our lives in this season, right? And so as we were talking about growing into greatness, we talked about the different people that we consider to be GOATs, right? And what makes them the greatest of all time, what makes them good at what they do, what makes them experts at what they do. We talked about Kobe, Maya Angelou, Michael Jordan yesterday, right? And so we're talking about the traits of people who we consider to be the greatest of all time. And what does it mean for ourselves to grow into our own greatness? And yesterday I talked about all of us have a seed of greatness. The only difference between you and Michael Jordan is what it is that you're doing with your seed. What is it that you have inside of you that you could use to tap into your own personal brand of greatness? So, said all that to say, as I'm walking towards my treadmill this morning, okay, I'm feeling nauseated. I'm not feeling like I'm in a sprinting mood, okay? And as I'm walking towards the treadmill, I'm like, all right, Brittany, come on. You said you was going to do it, right? And in our 12-week year, we talked about how we hold ourselves accountable for the action, not the outcome. I hold myself accountable for whether or not I executed on the action. Did you do the thing that you said you were going to do? The outcomes will be the outcomes. But did you do the thing that you said you were going to do? So in that mindset, I said, let me go ahead and get on this treadmill and do my 10 sprints. Why? Because the feeling of me being nauseated, I knew, number one, that's my body's defense mechanism. Okay. When you study anxiety, your body responds to what you're thinking. So because I wasn't in the mood to do sprints, my body was saying, you're nauseated, don't do it. I want you guys to realize that as we are growing into our own levels of greatness, there will be times where you have to step up to the thing that you have to do, and you're going to have to do it feeling unprepared. You're going to have to do it feeling not at 100%. You're going to have to do it when you feel like you're missing something. You're going to have to do it when you feel like I haven't had enough sleep. You're going to have to do it when I don't feel like I have everything that I need to have to be successful, but I got to do it anyway. Because I'm holding myself accountable to do the thing that I said I was going to do so that the outcomes will follow. So even with me feeling nauseated, I said feeling nauseated is not an excuse to not do the thing that you said you were going to do. So we're going to get on this treadmill. All right. Now, I wanted to take you guys through my thought process because the immediately when I felt nauseated, my first thought was, well, maybe we can walk instead. Right. So instead of you sprinting, maybe you can just do your elevated walk, do your 30-minute elevated walk, and you'll be good to go. How many times have we tried to take an alternative route to where we're trying to get because we didn't want to do the work required to get the results we were looking for? Me deciding to walk on the treadmill today would have been me trying to control the process instead of being dedicated and committed to what I wanted to do, looking for the alternative route. And this is when things get hard, and whatever journey you're on, whatever healing journey you're on, whatever thing you're trying to build, instead of doing the thing that you said you were going to do, you start trying to find an alternative way. How can I make it easier? How can I make my journey easier? How can I make the process easier? Instead of staying committed to my vision, staying committed to what I told myself I was going to do so that I trust myself, I said, let me find an alternative. And this is for the people who have these big dreams and big goals. And because things got difficult and things got hard, you decided to take an alternative route and said, let me lower the vision. Instead of doing it and executing the way that I wanted to, let me change directions and see if this way is easier. Let me partner with this person and see if that will be easier. Let me add this other thing and see if that will make it easier. At some point, we got to stop trying to make the journey easy to accommodate where we are. Okay? The easy route is always an option. I wanted to say that. The easy route is always an option. It's always an option. The only thing that stops me from taking the easy route or the hard route is the accountability. Who do you want to be? Because I could take the easy route, but this 4-pack ain't gonna pop in the next 30 days. If I want the 4-pack in the next 30 days, we're gonna have to get some sprints in, okay? So the first thing when we talk about growing into our greatness, number one, your feelings do not dictate what you do. How you feel about a situation does not dictate the commitment that you made to yourself. If you told yourself that this was the season that you were going to make it happen, then we're making it happen. If you told yourself that today I'm going to the gym, I'm going to the gym. If you told yourself that this month I'm saving this amount of money, then we're saving this amount of money. And I don't care about the days when you feel tired and when you feel sad and when you feel depressed and when you feel nobody supports you and when you feel nobody is applauding you. How you feel does not dictate what you do. You're allowed to feel your feelings. Your feelings are valid, but they do not have decision-making capability. I make decisions based on my vision and who I say I am, not how I feel. All right? So I got on my treadmill, y'all. All right? Y'all tracking with me? If y'all are tracking with me, Instagram say I got you. Okay? TDF, tell me I got you if y'all are with me so far. The second point I want you guys to realize. Growing into greatness is a daily decision. It is a daily decision. It shows up not in the big things that you do every day. It shows up in the small things that you do every day. The small decisions that you make to push past your limitations and to go into the next version of yourself. So as I'm running, okay, I'm on my treadmill. Okay. Sprint 1, cool. Sprint 2, cool. Sprint 3, I'm feeling good, right? I'm got it now. I'm out of breath. Okay, but I'm going, right? I get to sprint number 6. I'm like, all right. Ooh, stomach start hurting. My sides start hurting. All right, it was getting harder to bounce back. But I'm at sprint number 6. I'm like, okay, keep pushing, right? Sprint number 7. That one really hurt. I get to sprint number 8. I give it all I got. And as soon as that timer hit 0, I hit stop on the treadmill. I got to sprint number 8. And as soon as my 30 seconds was up, I hit stop. It wasn't even a thought. It was an automatic decision. I hit stop on the treadmill. I said, let's just stop this right now. The lower version of Brittany would have said 8 is good enough. The lower version of who I was would have said, well, at least you got to sprint number 8. The lower version of who I was would have said, at least you pushed and you made yourself do the sprints and you got up to 8. We're going to applaud your 8. So when I'm operating in a lower version of myself, I give myself permission to quit when I wasn't done. All right now. When you're operating from a lower version of who you are, you will give yourself permission to quit when you have not accomplished the goal. I need you to understand that when I hit stop on the treadmill, I realized that I was stopping short of the goal. And when you stop short of the goal, you rob yourself of the promise. When you stop short of the goal, because the goal is what I do every day. The goal is the goal that I set every day to push myself into greatness, to push myself into another version of myself. So when I set the goal of 10 sprints, that was the greater version of me. But when it got hard and it hurt and I was winded and I needed water, I told myself 8 was good enough and I stopped my process. When you stop short of the goal, you rob yourself of the promise. Because here's the truth. My body is capable of 10 sprints. Okay? My 6-pack, my 4-pack. Okay? Waist snatch to the gods is the promise. But the sprint is the process. The body goal is the promise. But the sprint that I do is the process. So if I opt out of the process, then I'm robbing myself of the promise. This is why you have to be very clear about your goals, be very unapologetic about your goals, right? But this is why I push you guys when you guys give me your goals sometimes, and I'll be like, well, what purpose is that goal serving? Because if I keep setting small goals, I never get to where I'm trying to be. If I tell myself, well, Brittany, you could just walk, which is true. You absolutely can walk on an elevated walk 30 minutes a day and reach whatever goal you're looking at. It's going to take you a whole lot longer. It's going to take you a whole lot more discipline. It's going to take you a whole lot more food deficit. So that's an option. But when we set the vision, we said that this is how we were going to do it. The body is the promise. The sprint was the process. So how do you think you're getting to the promise if you're not willing to do the sprint? I want you guys to understand that when I hit stop on the treadmill, it was an automatic decision. I didn't even think about it. Okay. The minute that the clock hit 0, I just hit stop. I'm done. Because pain will cause you to make hasty decisions. The pain that you're in will cause you to find the fastest way to end the emotional turmoil that I'm feeling. This is why I tell you guys, you cannot make decisions when you are in pain. You cannot make decisions when you are in an emotional state. You cannot make decisions because when I make decisions when I'm in pain, the only goal that I have is to stop the way that I'm feeling. So when I hit stop on the treadmill, that was my automatic response to being in distress. And I no longer want to be in distress anymore. So I would stop the treadmill instead of pursuing where I wanted to go. This is why when you get hurt, you shut down. This is why when things don't go your way, you automatically start killing things that were going to get you to the promise. This is why you gave up too soon. This is why you stopped working on the book. This is why you stopped pursuing the career. This is why you told yourself, I'm not going back to school next summer. I'm not going back next semester. And you kept delaying your progress because you kept quitting, making a hasty decision to opt out of the process. I hit the stop button automatic, right? And then about 15 seconds, 30 seconds after I'd taken a few breaths, I realized, Brittany, you're not done. And this was the thought that spurred today's conversation. That immediately the thought said, you got 2 more in you. I did 8 sprints. I was only 2 sprints away from hitting the goal. And immediately that inner wisdom, the inner voice said, you got 2 more in you. You've already done 8 sprints. You can't tell me that you ain't got 60 seconds of work left in you. We talked about growing into greatness yesterday. We talked about that seed that's inside of each and every one of us yesterday. That inner wisdom that rose up, that the higher version of myself spoke to the lower version of me and said, you still got 2 more. I still believe that you got 2 more. I still believe that you can do 60 seconds of work. What is the higher version of yourself telling you every day that you still got in you? See, that higher conversation with yourself, when I tell you that my higher voice anyway is always reminding me of who I am. Okay? And when I say who I am, you have to realize there are versions of me that I am today that nobody knows is present but me. There's a version of me that no one can see. The only person who knows it's present is me. because it hasn't sprouted yet. Okay. TDF, y'all know I talked about growing down before I grow up. I know that I'm growing down. I know that my roots are being planted. I know that my roots are getting firm. I know that my foundation is being built. So I know that there's a version of me that the world has not seen yet. So when that higher voice came and said, you still got two more, that voice was talking about what I know. You know that you're capable. You know that you're strong enough. You know that your body can do it. The only thing that's stopping you right now is your mind. Remind yourself of who you are. Your divine wisdom will always call you to go further. Your divine wisdom will always push you into the higher version of yourself, the greater version of yourself, and remind you of when you're playing small. Okay? When you are playing small. Yesterday, I told you guys that in the journey of growing into your greatness, there will always be distractions. Distractions are inevitable. So do y'all think I had distractions on the treadmill this morning? Okay. Yes. The first distraction I had while I was running on the treadmill, I got my headphones in, I'm focused. Okay. And I had to be on sprint number 7 or 8, right? When it was really hurting. And out of nowhere, my theme music, I don't even know what I was listening to, but it was something gangster. My theme music went off and a song came on. And immediately when the song switched, I told myself, I can't run to this. I can't run to this. This music doesn't support me running, because I was in the middle of a sprint, okay? And immediately the first thought I had was, I can't run to this. And I need you to realize that when the song changed, the song was nothing more than a distraction drowning out the negative self-talk that I have when I run, right? Your body didn't need the music, your mind did. Your body didn't need the music to do the 30-second sprint. Your mind did. So that means when the song changed, your ability to do the 30 seconds didn't change. The only thing that changed was how comfortable you were when you did it. The only thing that changed was how good you felt when you did it, because it feels good to run to music. It feels good to run to the song that you like. But can you still run when the song changes? Can you still be committed when it's no longer comfortable? Can you still be committed when the thing that made it easy for you stops? Can you still be committed when your comfortability takes you out of your comfort zone? Can you still be committed? The music drowns out the negativity. But can you do the thing that is going to push out your greatness, even when your thoughts become doubtful? When I told myself I can't run, I don't even know what song came on. I'm telling you, I really don't know. But I said I can't run. It was probably R&B, because I hate running to R&B. But when I said I can't run to this, that voice of doubt was present, but I still finished my 30 seconds. When I said I can't run to this song and I can't do this, and it's not the way that I would like it to be done, and it's not the way that I would enjoy it to be done, and this is no longer enjoyment, whatever that word is, right? It's no longer something that I'm enjoying. But can you still be committed when you don't enjoy the process? Can you still be committed when your headphones die? There's people who leave the gym because their headphones died. Can I still be committed when the thing I was using to distract me from the pain is no longer present? And this is where you find out what you're made of, because this means that now the decision to run the sprints, it's me against me. You no longer have anything distracting you from those negative thoughts. You no longer have anything stopping you from giving in to that voice of negativity. So this is where I have to hear the voice of doubt and still move forward. This is where I have to hear the voice telling me I can't do it, and then my inner self say, you still got 2 in you. You still got more in you. You still got another one in you. Try it again. You still got another business in you. Build it again. You still got another book in you. Write it again. You still got more in you, even though the voice of doubt is telling you what you can't do and what you can't be. You have to know I still got more in me. You got more work in you. That's what it means to grow into greatness. Greatness doesn't come because we're comfortable. Greatness doesn't show up because it was easy. Greatness doesn't show up because it was convenient. Greatness comes up because I was willing to confront every part of me that told me that I couldn't do it, and I did it anyway. Proving to myself that I'm more than what I told myself I was. I'm telling you, every time you lean into the process when the process is difficult, you got something to prove to yourself. And when we talk about that relationship with self and we talk about the relationship with self-trust, this is why it's hard for you to trust you. Because every time your process got hard, you opted out. Every time your process got hard, you changed the destination. Every time the process got hard, you told yourself, I can't do it. Let me find something else to do. And this is why some of you are indecisive about where you want your life to go. Because you keep hopping from this thing to that thing to this thing to that thing, because you think at some point the process will be easy if I change directions. I don't care what you choose to do in your life. I don't care what you choose to build, whether it's having a family, getting married, going back to school, building the business, working on yourself, whatever you decide to do, at some point, you're going to have to confront yourself. It ain't about the haters. It ain't about the people who got something to say. It's not about people not supporting you. What do you believe what you say about who you are at the end of the day? Okay. So I had another distraction, y'all. Y'all ready for the next distraction? I'm running on the treadmill and I wore shorts today. Okay. I wore shorts and these were a new pair of shorts. You know, they weren't tried and true. They weren't tested. So as I'm running, most girls, curvy girls, I include myself in the curvy girl category. The shorts begin to rise, right? And it's annoying me because I'm like, why are my shorts rising? And it always rose the last 10 seconds of the run. This is how y'all know I was really running. Because the last 10 seconds was when the shorts would start to rise, right? And so I was distracted because I'm trying to run, but also trying to pull the shorts down. And that ain't nothing but a disaster waiting to happen because I'm clumsy. So I'm gonna trip and fall at some point. So I had a decision to make. Somebody say decision point. I had a decision to make. Brittany, you can stop running or you can tolerate your shorts rising. All right. I said, well, they just going to have to get these thighs today. All right. Everybody in the gym owed me $2.50 for the peak they got at these thighs today. All right. I said, I'm just going to have to let the shorts rise because I'm not going to trip and fall trying to pull them down. It's inconvenient. I don't like that my thighs are exposed, but it is what it is, right? The parts of the process that you didn't account for and that you can't control. Do you stop your process because something that you can't control showed up? Okay. The shorts rising, to me, demonstrated the ways in which you have to be exposed in order to get to greatness. Are you willing to risk exposure to get to greatness? I think. Okay. Are you willing to risk the exposure to get to greatness? Right? And exposure can look different in different areas of your life, right? But in order to push into greatness, many times what has to be exposed are the insecurities that you try to hide from the world. What has to be exposed is the ways in which you're still growing into yourself. What has to be exposed, hold on, y'all. I done clicked the wrong button trying to block somebody. Okay. So what has to be exposed are different parts of yourself. And many people will struggle to grow into greatness simply because in order to get to the next version of me, there are parts of myself that have to come to the forefront that I've been hiding. I've gotten used to hiding my charisma. I've gotten used to hiding my personality. I've gotten used to hiding certain parts of me. And so now that I'm in a place that pushing into greatness means that people will be able to see the parts of me that have been in hiding, that can be anxiety provoking. So one of the distractions you got to account for are the ways in which I'm going to have to be exposed. Can you tolerate the exposure? Can you tolerate people talking about you? Can you tolerate allowing yourself to be seen, good, bad, and ugly? Can you tolerate it? Okay. Now I love my thighs. So I was like, listen, everybody just getting a peep show today. All right. They just got a free show and I need a check written. Right. But that's the risk. And many people will opt out of the next version of their lives because I don't want to be exposed. And this comes out even in relationships because this is the vulnerability of it all. When people say, I want that happy, healthy marriage, I want that good relationship, okay, cool. Are you willing to expose to them the areas in which you're still working on yourself? Are you willing to show them where you're still under construction? Are you willing to show them where you still struggle? Are you willing to show them where you don't have it all together? What are you willing to expose to get to the greatness? Okay. Instagram, how we doing? Y'all tell me hey in the chat. Tell me where y'all from. Okay. All right. Now my last point, y'all. My last point. I was finishing up my sprints, right? I did sprint 9. The girl on the treadmill next to me, she was like, how many more you got? I said, I got one more to go. And she said, okay. She said, how many did you do? I was like, I did 10. And her face was like, 10? She said, for how long? I said, 30 seconds. And we laughed because clearly she was like, oh, you own one, right? While you are growing into greatness, you have to understand that when you are pushing to the max, other people won't understand your process because of their limitations, not yours. Me running 30 seconds for 10-second sprints to some people is nothing. To other people, it's everything, right? You cannot adopt the limitations of other people while you're growing into greatness. There will be people who tell you don't have to do all that. There'll be people who tell you don't have to go that hard. There'll be people who tell you don't have to put in that much work. There'll be people who tell you there's easier ways to do it. There'll be people who tell you it's not important for you to do it. Do not adopt the limitations of other people and use it in your life. This is my process. I am in control of my process. I'm pushing towards my promise. You don't get to put your limitations on what you can do as if that's my limitation. Your ceiling is my floor. I'm willing to push past my own limits. Mind you, my treadmill experience is me against me, but I need you to understand that even though it's you against you, the outside world is looking at you like, who do you think you are? Why are you going so hard? What are you trying to prove? I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm worth it. Oh, goodness gracious. Do y'all realize? I talked about this a little bit last night in my group. The reason why I go so hard for me in the different areas of my life is because I'm proving to myself that I was always worth it. For everything someone didn't show up to be for me, I'm willing to be for me. For everything that I feel like I didn't get or I was robbed of or didn't show up for me, I'm not waiting for someone to decide that I'm worthy of the thing that they have. I'm worthy of their attention. I'm worthy of their love. No, I go hard for myself because I've decided that I am worthy of it. And if I have to give it to myself, I'm willing. I'm willing to give myself everything that I feel like I deserved in this world. So if that's love, if that's care, if that's attention, if that's the body that I want this summer, I'm giving it to myself. I am worthy of the things that I deserve, and I demonstrate it through my actions. And one of the things that stops you from feeling worthy is your actions do not demonstrate that you believe you are worthy. If you believed you were worthy of it, your actions would be in alignment of what you believe. I did the 10 sprints because I'm worthy of the body that I want. I showed up on the treadmill because I'm worthy of the body that I want. Other people may say you're doing too much, but that's according to them and their body goals, and ain't got nothing to do with me. What you do with your body is what you do with yours. What I do with mine is what I do with mine. Allow other people to take ownership of their limitations, but do not allow people to put their limitations on you. Now, mind you, there's a flip side to this. because the girl who was on the treadmill next to me, she could have been like, you know what? I sat here and watched this girl run 10 sprints on this treadmill. And even though she was winded and sweaty and out of breath, I'm going to try to do what she did next week. What happens when your process of growing into greatness inspires the person next to you? What happens when you just being you inspires the person next to you? What happens when you living up to the higher version of who you are, the person next to you is looking at you and watching you and asking themselves, why can't I do it too? Growing into greatness causes a ripple effect. Me just being me, there's somebody in the gym saying, dang, I really need to do those sprints too. I really got to get on that too. Now, mind you, when you're doing it for yourself, but there's always a ripple effect to greatness. This is why we look up to the GOATs. This is why we look up to the Kobes and the Jordans and, you know, the Oprahs and the Iyanlas and everybody. We look up to them because there's something about their greatness that sparked my own thought process of what could I be? What could I be if I showed up? What could I be if I gave it 100%? What could I be if I stopped living by these limitations that I've been exposed to? What could I be if I started believing what that inner voice is telling me? What could I be if I watered my seed and allowed myself to be vulnerable? What could I be? A lot of the things that I do, y'all, I do it just because I want to find out, what could I be? What would it look like if I applied this much effort? What would it look like if I stepped on that stage? What would it look like if I wrote the book? What would it look like if I just tried? What are you willing to try to see what the outcome will be? I don't know what the outcome will be, but I do know what I control, and I control the process. Right? TDF, y'all know our saying for the year, right? We hold ourselves accountable to the try, to the effort. We detach from the outcome. The outcome is going to be what it's going to be, but what you're not going to be able to say is that I didn't try. What you're not going to be able to say is that I didn't put in the effort. Okay? All right, y'all. There's so much more I could add to this, but I'm not going to, okay? I'm not going to. YouTube, if you guys want to watch the replay will be on my Instagram, so y'all can tune into Instagram and watch the replay. I'm sorry, not Instagram, YouTube. It'll be on my YouTube for a replay. Was this helpful for you guys? I hope it was. Okay. We really want to be intentional about growing into greatness in this season. We have no excuses. We ain't got no more excuses. All right. I promise you, you got years worth of excuses as to why you didn't do the thing you wanted to do. And this is where the excuses stop. This is where we hold ourselves accountable. And this is where we show up. Right? This is where we show up. Very good. It was breakfast. Hey, Nicole. But yeah, so TDF, I will see y'all tomorrow on our afternoon call. If you are not a part of the tribe and you're like, what is this? What is she doing? This is Daily Fix. The Daily Fix is my morning meetup group where we talk every morning about different topics pertaining to life and personal growth and your mindset. We do a lot about emotional control, communication. So if you ever want to join me every morning, then join the Daily Fix. That's all you got to do. That's it. I feel like I done talked. I have talked myself out today. And because I didn't sleep well last night, I will be taking a nap very soon. So I'm going to take a nap. I got some important announcements that I'm going to release later on. What's today? Today's Wednesday. By Friday, y'all going to have my important announcements. Okay. And then TDF, y'all stay tuned. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody else, have a fabulous day. Okay. Love on yourself today. Push into greatness today. And for my Instagram family, because TDF, y'all got this. Instagram. Y'all have never worked with me before. I always say everything starts with a vision. So when you hear me talking about pushing into your next level of greatness, I really want you to be intentional about creating a vision of what greatness looks like to you, right? What does greatness look like to me in all areas of my life, in my finances, in my body, in my relationships, in my career, in my business? What does greatness look like to you? Everything starts with a vision. Once I have the vision, you can get motivated and committed pretty soon, pretty quick. So start with your vision. Take time, write it out, put it on paper. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.